to the David67 Celtic News update channel. Today's video going to be looking at a few bits of transfer speculation and the news of Matt O'Reilly's full international debut for Denmark last night against Northern Ireland. Before we crack on, please do, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, like the video also, and as always, feel free to pop any comments, opinions in the comment section. I'm always happy to read and reply and consider and debate any opinions, and also do, if you can, pass on details of the channel to friends, family, colleagues, etc., who might be interested in an alternative Celtic news channel. So, first bit of news for Celtic is there are proposals, it would appear, for the new away kit for the 24-25 season to go back to one of my favourite colours, which is as the current strip. Always one of my favourite away kits for Celtic. I think it stood out. I think it reflected the heritage and history of Celtic. And many of Celtic's great European nights were in this strip. I, for one, would love to see Celtic use these colours next year. A lot more inspiring than the black and the grey strips and the sort of mint green strips that Celtic's had as their alternative kits in recent years. Other piece of news is that Celtic are very actively scouting and have made some inquiries regarding signing Sydney van Hooijdonk, currently in the squad at Bologna in Italy. He has had a couple of bench appearances as a sub for Bologna this season, but is not, it would appear, in first team plans. He has an excellent record previously in the Dutch Eredivisie 1, and his career record there is 92 goals in 192 league appearances, and he also has 2 Dutch under-21 caps. Currently 23 years old, 6'2.5", and is quite a strong, robust player, good in the air, good on the ground, able to play both as a striker and also as a target man, centre forward. I had a previous video about him, which I'll link at the end of the video, which has some scouting reels and highlight reels for Van Hooijdonk. As you can see from those scouting reels and highlight reels, he has a lot of pace, a lot of strength, good finisher, able to hold up the ball, and would be more of an O-style player, but perfectly capable to play as a lone striker, or perfectly capable also to play as part of a two-man attack, and would give Celtic a wee bit more of a threat in the air at corners and free kicks and in open play. Said to be an asking price of 6 million, which would very much be in Celtic's ballpark. I see him as being a player of great potential, but also very, very good currently, and I could see him being an immediate starter for Celtic, covering for Kyogo and O, both of whom will be away on Asian Cup duty for around 6 weeks at the start of 2024, and so I see him as an ideal player for Celtic to bring in the January transfer window. Another very interesting name being put forward with regards Celtic looking to sign him is a 17-year-old South African striker called Baartman, 2 under-17 South African international appearances. Even though he's only just turned 17, he has played for 3 first team games in the South African top league, plays for Cape Town Spurs, 3 games as a sub for Cape Town Spurs in the top division, and a few days ago scored his first goal. Rather limited information regarding Baartman, but from YouTube videos, he looks like a fast, pacey striker, excellent shots, very good understanding and positioning, and a very strong finisher. And he is being, it would appear, scouted and looked into by a lot of top European teams, such as in the English Premiership and in mainland Europe. However, Celtic are said to be one of the main clubs expressing a real interest in his signature. Only just turned 17, and so one would expect for a year or two he would be growing up and training in the B team, gaining experience in Lowland League and also the UEFA youth competitions for Celtic, with a view to bringing him into the first team squad in a year or two's time. One of the benefits of signing a player of this age would be it would help with the UEFA homegrown, home trained status, as he would fit into the category of being homegrown in that he's been signed to the youth system at Celtic before the age of 18, which would allow him 3 years before age 21 to qualify as being homegrown. I think this actually would be an excellent signing for Celtic. Not going to be a big outlay of money, but a player likely to be able to settle down into Scottish football quickly, in that English is one of his 2 main languages, culture in some way similar between South Africa and Scotland, and so I think this would be a good signing for Celtic. Admittedly a development player, but a player with massive potential, and also a player very capable of becoming a Celtic main squad player in a year or two's time. Final piece of news is the good news that Matt O'Reilly made his full Denmark international debut yesterday. They unfortunately lost 2-0 to Northern Ireland, or fortunately, if you're a Northern Irish supporter, Northern Ireland won 2-0. Matt O'Reilly had a fairly disappointing start to his career for Denmark. He was playing in a fairly experimental Danish side, and so not too unsurprising that his debut wasn't smooth. The main star actually in the game was Conor Hazard, the ex-Celtic goalkeeper, who made some excellent saves to keep Northern Ireland in the game. And they scored 2 second half goals to beat Denmark, although Denmark had already qualified, like Scotland have, for next year's European nations in Germany. Of course, with Matt O'Reilly now having made his full international debut, this will most likely increase the speculation and interest in him moving away from the club in January. There are said to be many of the top teams in the English Premier League and also in France and Germany, all very actively scouting him and inquiring about him in the future January winter transfer window. And the question then is whether Celtic should cash in on O'Reilly now, getting 25 to 30 million pounds to add to the transfer kitty and kitty for players' salaries, or whether we should try and keep hold of O'Reilly for another season or two to build a strong central core to the team, along with McGregor, Hatate, Kyogo, Maeda, etc., looking to get more and more success in Europe and maintaining the success in Scotland, as per Brendan Rodgers' stated 3-year plan he mentioned when he took over again at Celtic this summer. Very happy to see what you feel regarding the signatures for Baartman, Van Hooijdonk, and what we should do with O'Reilly. And please do pop any comments into the comment section regarding that or any other Celtic matters. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, goodbye, and hail, hail.